And here I am using my own legs like a sucker. Not a review, but quick impressions on some fun technology. Trisha and I shot some hands-on footage of the Segway Ninebot S. You can catch that video clicking on the little pop-out YouTube card somewhere up there. A self-balancing electric scooter like a hoverboard on steroids. Disclaimer at the top of this video, always use your Ninebot responsibly, follow local commuter laws, and Segway really doesn't like the idea of consumers testing their Ninebots by making fun little obstacle courses. You know, the common sense stuff. I was a nut for the old school Segway. It was one of my favorite touristy things to do. Now, take a Segway tour of a city while traveling. I think I was pretty good at jumping on and going for a spin. In trying out this new little scooter, I was a little surprised by the differences stepping up on a Ninebot versus what I remembered of the full-size scooters. The first couple minutes are really shaky, in large part due to the fact that there is no hand grip, and I've never used a hoverboard-style scooter. I'd say it was about 5 minutes in before I could reliably and annoyingly navigate around the Newegg offices. The driving experience is familiar once you reset your balance. The scooter follows your lean, and it's sensitive enough to trust while navigating. But the turning follows the center bar just below my knees, and that's one area where there feels like a bit of lag between leaning and the Ninebot responding. You have to get a feel for making the turning action a more deliberate movement than what I remember from a full-size Segway. About 10 minutes of practice, we all packed up, headed out to an empty parking lot, and went to town on some traffic cones. This little Ninebot is Zippy Maneuverable. You build a lot of trust that it could handle short jaunts as a commuter tool. I wish we could have pushed the top speed a little bit more, but the Ninebot S is way more nimble than any of the electric scooters I've tried. Because you need to balance and navigate with your legs, it's not completely passive. You're not getting a workout, but you gotta keep your core and thighs engaged. Between Trish and I running it for a good chunk of an afternoon, zipping around on our makeshift test track, we still had over half the battery left as we wrapped up shooting. So the range is respectable for the smaller build and more maneuverable design. Of course, a full-size scooter or e-bike will be able to pack more range. This is an interesting little bugger. I don't think it would work for me in an older neighborhood in Los Angeles. My area town really isn't very bike and pedestrian friendly, but the whole time I was on it, I was thinking of taking it down to Santa Monica, like where I did that fuel e-bike test drive. Take it to a place that puts a heavier focus on alternative commuting. The Ninebot S would fit right in. Now, it's not cheap. We're in between the nicer stand-up scooters at the high end and the entry-level short-range hoverboard style options, and obviously leaning more towards the premium. This kind of tech is becoming more accessible. Think back to when Segway first launched and how outlandish it seemed. Looking up a full-sized Segway today will still set you back over $6,000. But now this generation of scooters and people movers are a lot more commonplace. Decent performance falling to a more reasonable price, and becoming a bit more practical in areas with the kind of infrastructure for this kind of commuting. The Ninebot S was a lot of fun to tool around on. And you can catch the full Newegg video with Trisha and I for more technical info. I think it's always fun when we get to have work outside with our tech. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to this channel. Just a bit of fun. More than just piling on the in-depth reviews, I also want to share a bit more behind the scenes and some of my thoughts on gadgets as we produce the finished videos. So if you'd like to help support the production of those conversations, there are links below, or you could consider joining the list of names currently scrolling by on your screen. It's a growing community of fun, like-minded tech pals, and a huge resource for me as I'm planning future videos and reviews. They're good people. I hope you'll check them out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, and the Facebooks and the Instagrams, and I will catch you all on the next video.